Hi guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. Welcome to my channel. Today's review is going to be Hypnotic Poison Eau De Parfum from the house of Dior. This is a flanker of the very popular EDT version, which is one of my absolute favorites. One of my love at first sniffs. Actually, when I tried the EDT version, I sprayed it for the very first time way back when, years ago, at a perfume store, and I bought it straight away without even testing it further. So that rarely happens when it comes to perfume, but the EDT version, I can review that at another date, but it's still my absolute favorite, one of my absolute favorites. Even though I finished my bottle and haven't repurchased it, it's still something that is definitely one of the best women's perfumes, like literally of all time. So I have the EDP version here. This was released in 2014. I'll show you guys the bottle very quickly here, what it looks like. So it's pretty much the same bottle, except for it's like a darker ombre effect, darker around the edges, and then you can see that it's bright red in the middle there. So just by looking at the bottle, you can probably already assume that this is like a heavier, deeper, darker, dirtier version of the EDT version. So let's give this a sniff. Okay, so the opening of this perfume is definitely what I just said. A deeper, darker, spicier, dirty, woodier version of the EDT. It's less sweet, but still really thick. I do smell the almond marzipan kind of thing in here as well, but it's way different. It's like a dirty almond marzipan, like an evil evil, like older sister or something, almond marzipan smell. I do really like it a lot, but even though, you know, they both have almond marzipan kind of smells, the EDT and the EDP, they're quite different to my nose. So after the opening, what I get on my skin is licorice. To my nose, licorice is the most prominent note. In the mid, it does overtake that almondy, almond paste marzipan smell. So the licorice in here reminds me actually of an oversteeped licorice tea. So it's like bitter, sour, and smoky. Like the licorice has been sitting way too long in the water, and so it's like giving off this bitter, smoky, it's like it burnt it basically. And also the almond marzipan, I still smell it in the mid, even though it's in the background, but to my nose, it smells like it's burnt as well. So like a burnt cookie almond smell. And I still really like it a lot. I think it smells really nice. But I'm not gonna lie, every time, like throughout all the stages of this perfume, I'm always comparing it to my beloved EDT version. And to be honest, up until this point, the EDT, I think, smells a lot better. So maybe it's not really fair to compare the two, but it's just like inevitable. You know, when you love something so much for so many years, I'm always comparing. It's like, I guess, an ex-boyfriend or something. It's not fair, I know, but you know, we kind of do it, or have done it in the past. At least a lot of us have. At least I have. I can only speak for myself. Anyways, so in the dry down of this perfume, I still get the licorice, I still get the almond paste marzipan smell, but to my nose it becomes more like powdery and dusty on my skin. I still get like that burnt, oversteeped tea here as well, and that burnt cookie vibe. So much so that it kind of smells like woody and spicy, if that makes sense. It kind of like releases some of those bitter woods and bitter spices. Also in the dry down, I detect cinnamon, and I think cinnamon is not in the notes, but along with all that other stuff that I just explained, I smell cinnamon as well as part of the spiciness. So I guess all in all, Hypnotic Poison Eau De Parfum feels like a more grown up, more mature version of Hypnotic Poison. It's not as playful. On my skin, it actually even gives off a vintage vibe, a vintage feeling, which if you're in the mood for, I mean, it's really great smell. Smells nice, similar-ish to the EDT, but very, very different at the same time. I guess you can say, you know, you can smell both in both the almond marzipan, but they're just done so differently. And I guess it's just a matter of which you prefer. I think they're both beautiful perfumes, but to me the EDP kind of is just missing the magic of the EDT, just in my opinion. Maybe I'm very biased because it was one of my first loves when I first started really getting into this hobby, the EDT. So I had very high expectations with the EDP. I still think it's a great fragrance, but in my opinion, the EDT wins, but really nice fragrance as well, the EDP. So worth a try. Definitely not a safe blind buy, but definitely worth a test for sure, especially if you like the original EDT version of Hypnotic Poison. So that was my review. Those were my thoughts. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this perfume. Which one do you prefer, the EDP or the EDT, or whatever other flanker you've tried. I guess there's also the vintage version of the EDT. There's so many versions of this perfume, but to me, the EDT is the best, will always be, and EDP is nice too, but I still choose the EDT. So I'm very biased, I know, but that's just my personal opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more soon. See you guys. Bye-bye.